Hi everyone, this is Stephanie, and welcome back to another tutorial with me on HTML and CSS. So in today's tutorial, we will be learning about HTML forms. And HTML forms are used to collect user input. So let's get started. In order to do the form in HTML, you will start with the opening form tag along with the closing form tag. Now, inside the opening form tag, we will have two attributes. The first one is going to be called action. Now, this basically is asking you, where is your form is going to be submitted? So, if you are going to use a web server like PHP or ASAP, you will have to specify where the file is, like d.php or d.asap, or whichever one you use. Now, the next one is called method, and the method attribute is basically asking you, how do you want to send form data? So you have two ways to send form data, and they can be sent as URL variables using get or post. So I'm going to use post. Now, in between here, your form elements will go here. Okay, so the form elements are the different types of input elements that you will use. So over here, I have the different types of input elements. So let me go to the first one. And we have input type equals to text. That is the text input field to write text. Then we have password, defines a password field. We have submit, defines a button for submitting form data to a form handler. Then we have reset, radio, checkbox, and button. And then HTML5 introduces us to some new input types. But know that they are not supported on old browsers. Boo-hoo. So we have input type equals to color, date, time, email, month, and then we go down a little bit. Email, month, number, search, tell, time, URL, and week. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples of the different input types. I'm going to use text, password, and the submit input. So let's go ahead and do that. In order to do it, you will have the opening input tag, and it does not need a closing tag. Then you will write the type attribute equals to whichever type of input type you'll use. So I'll use text, and I also use a attribute called placeholder. And the placeholder is basically a short hint that describes the expected value of an input field. So this input field is a text field. So you will write your name. And then the next one I'm going to use is input. I am out of line. Input type equals to password. Placeholder equals to password. So you will write your password in this field. And then the last one we will use is the submit input type. And this one does not require the placeholder attribute, but it does require an attribute called value. And so the value, it basically, okay, I have the definition right here. So I want to be clear on everything. So these are the different attributes that we use in our input field. So value attribute basically specifies the initial value for an input field. So for the submit input type is going to specify the initial value for that input. So it basically gives you the name of the button. So you'll just see how it works. I hope I'm not confusing you. So the value is going to equal to something I like to call go button. So now let's just save this and let's just run this baby. So launch in Chrome. And now here it is. So the first one is we have the text field and it asks us for our name. So my name is Stephanie and it asks for my secret password. So I'm just going to put coding is fun for my password. And then now we have the button. So the value is called go button. Now, had I not had the value, it will just choose a value for me. So instead of go button, we will have submit. And it tells you this is a submit button. Why? Because the type is equal to submit. Now, like I was showing you before, there are different attributes that we use inside the input field. So I already used the first one, value. And now the second one is called read-only attribute. This one specifies the input field that is only to be read and it cannot be changed. And then we have disable attribute. Specifies that the input field is disabled, so you cannot change it, you can't do nothing to it. And then we have size attribute, max length, and then HTML5 introduces us to new attributes. So we have autocomplete, no validate, autofocus, form attribute, and form action. And then we have more that I did not put on here. But so let me just use the read only and disable one. So I'm going to show you an example of those. So I already have the text and password field. So I'm going to go ahead and disable the text input field. And I'm going to use the read only attribute for the password field. Now let's go see an example of the disabled and read only. So the text field is now disabled. So you cannot click it, you can't write any text because it is disabled. And now for the password field, you have read only. Now you can only read it. You can't change it, you can't do nothing, but only read the input field. So the difference between the disabled and read only, as you can see, the disabled changes colors to like a cloudy looking color, grayish color. And then the password field, it stays white, but you can only read it. So that is the difference between the two. So I hope you understand how we did the forms and the different input types and the different attributes that we use for the inputs. And yeah, so that is all for this tutorial, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe and comment below because I am not seeing any comments. So just comment below. Let me know what's up. Let me know, give a girl a little shout out or something or great job. And so that's about it. So I will see you guys on the next tutorial and I'll be teaching more about CSS. We're going to go more in depth with that. And yeah, so we're going to begin styling. That's the fun part. So I'll see you guys on the next tutorial. Bye!